Whoa, we are way lower that. I may do a little bit of editing later. Anyway, greetings and salutations, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing all right. Before we begin, I want to thank you guys so much for all the love and support you guys have shown for me continuously. If I'm a little too dark, let me know. Hopefully, I can kind of change it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining. If you like what I have to say, you like these daily streams as opposed to my regular videos, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll go from there. Anyway, today we are going to be talking about Emmett Till and also why he is so popular on Twitter right now. We're going to talk about Emmett Till. We're going to be talking about lynching. We're going to be talking about just quite a few things. And then we will see where this goes. Anyway, today, the House of Representatives have made or putting into law lynching. Lynching will be illegal, or a federal hate crime as a federal law, which means it will be illegal in all 50 states. Now, just to make sure we know what lynching is, just give you guys a quick definition. Lynching is basically a public killing by a mob. So it's when a group of people decide to kill you publicly. Most of the time, when we in America think of lynching, we think of hangings. So that is what a lynching is. Now, the reason why this is so important is because today marks 65 years since Emmett Till was murdered. And let me kind of tell you guys who he was. Emmett Till, yep, lynch mobs. Yes. To give you guys an idea, Emmett Till was a 14-year-old boy in Chicago who was accused of whistling and making lewd remarks at a white woman in the mid-60s. So after he was accused of this act, people came to, I guess, the husband of the woman that he made these lewd acts to, and her husband's half-brother came to Emmett Till's house, grabbed him out of the house, beat him up, and then left him for dead in, I believe it was a swamp, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, 3 days after his death is when they discovered him. He was unrecognizable. That's why my thumbnail looks like it does, because what he looked like before the accident and what they did to him is a true crime. It's horrible. Anyway, 3 days later, after Emmett Till was murdered, they found his body. And the only reason why he was able to be identified was apparently a ring he was wearing. Anyway, the people that killed him were tried and nothing came of it. They were found not guilty, even though everyone knew that these group of people had committed this crime. Let me break this down for you. They beat up and basically mutilated a 14-year-old boy because he was black and he made lewd comments towards a white woman in Chicago in the 1960s. I mean, we all know there was racism, this and that. But look him up, Emmett Till. Emmett was his name, E-M-M-E-T-T, Emmett Till. was a beautiful boy. And what they did to him, I feel like, is a crime all by itself. They had no right to beat him the way that they did. It's disgusting. Anyway, like I said, the people that were charged with his murder, uh, the woman, her name was Caroline. Shoot, I have to look it up. I forgot what her last name was. Shoot, give me one. Caroline Bryant was her name. Caroline Bryant accused Emmett Till of making lewd remarks toward her. Lewd remarks toward her, which were completely untrue. So, again, recapping. First, Emmett Till was a 14-year-old boy who was beaten and lynched for making lewd comments toward a white woman by the name of Carolyn Hill in the mid-1960s in Chicago, Illinois. And so during the funeral of Emmett, his mother decided that it would be best to have an open casket so everyone could see what these people had done to her son. I urge you guys to look up the pictures of what he looked like when they were done with him. So they beat him to a pulp, and since that incident, time after time, we have been trying to find justice for Emmett because we as Black people know that that probably did not happen. He probably did not make lewd comments and things of that nature. Anyway, since I finished with that, let's go to the comments real quick, see what we got going here. So we have Medicule, who says lynch mobs? Yes. We have Giovanni Lewis says hi. And we also have TTV Natalie Love. Just call me Flamingo. Okay, Flamingo. So yes, awesome. Thank you guys for joining the stream. It means a lot. Anyway, let's get back to this. So since 1990, the US has been trying to ban lynching. Me personally, I did not know that lynching was still something that you could do legally. I had no clue. But anyway, today, why I'm talking about Emmett Till and everything is because today the House of Representatives made it possible. Well, the House of Representatives basically said that lynching is a federal crime. The House passes the Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act, which designates lynching as a federal hate crime. Given increased hate crimes, it is imperative that we remember the racial terror inflicted on thousands of African Americans and acknowledge our history of racial violence. Amen. Amen. So yes. Sorry, guys. Want to make sure you guys can see me. Anyway, so that's what's going on right now. The House of Representatives have made lynching a federal crime. I did not know that lynching was not a federal crime by this point. I think it is disgusting that we have made it this far in American history to not have it a federal crime. But I'm also not surprised that this is the world we live in. This is Trump's America. Like I'm not surprised. The other thing I want to kind of somebody said amen. The other thing I kind of want to bring to light is to tell you guys what happened to the people of who murdered Emmett Till. Anybody that had anything to do with Emmett Till, I kind of want to tell you what happened to them and where they are in life right now. All of them are dead, by the way. So, let's first start with Caroline Caroline Bryant. Caroline Bryant was the actual woman who accused Emmett of saying rude things to her. And in 2017, in a book, she finally said that Emmett said nothing of the sort, didn't even talk to her or anything like that. She let a 14-year-old boy die over a lie. They were tried in court, perjury, she committed perjury and all that. He did nothing, and she lied about it. Caroline's husband refused when he was asked if he had what he had done. He refused to speak on the matter because he was afraid he could be punished, even though it had been decades after what happened. I find it amazing that all these people, knowing full well that they would not be punished, still decided not to say anything. But it's the world we live in, so whatever, right? Who cares? Who cares that a black boy was murdered for no reason? He's just another black kid. Who gives a shit? That's what I'm taking away from this. So let's kind of backtrack a little bit. After the trial of Emmett, after they were found not guilty, a reporter came to them and said, I'll give you $4,000 for your story. According to the accuser's husband, they lost that money just as fast as when they got it, which I think is hilarious. No one benefited from what they did to him. No one benefited from it. Every single person died a horrible death. The brother-in-law who helped beat Emmett and murder him died of bone cancer. The accuser's husband just died of cancer, and it was recent that the accuser herself, Carolyn, died. We don't know how she died. They're keeping everything on the QT, but we know for a fact that everyone died horrible, brutal deaths, and I'm happy about it. I'm really happy. So now that we've gotten through the facts, let's kind of summarize everything really quickly. Number one, Emmett Till was a 14-year-old boy who was lynched by two men, one of them being the husband of the one that accused Emmett and the guy's half-brother. That's important because today, the House of Representatives make lynching a federal hate crime. That's where we are today. Those are the key takeaways from today's video. Here's where I stand on race. Here's where I stand on these kinds of issues. Number one, I'm not surprised that it's taken this long. Racism is still alive and well in America. It may not be what it used to be like during the civil rights movements. We may not be physically lynched, but we got a whole lot of shit going on. I couldn't even begin. I wish I had more time to go over the racism that I experience on a daily basis. I wish I did, but I don't. Number two, I am so happy that everyone who was involved in Emmett Till's death did not profit and did not die and died a horrible death. Number three, to the woman who accused Emmett when she knew nothing happened, shame on you. I know you can't hear me because you're dead right now, but I'm going to be honest. I hope you died a painful and miserable death. You didn't deserve anything else but that. You are a horrible individual. Why would you? There's no There's no justification. There's no reasoning for what you've done. You were just a horrible, horrible human being. Number 3, or 4, 5, 6, whatever. I kind of wanted to give you guys, just so you guys are like, well, who lynches anybody anymore? Now, the last documented lynching case was in 19 the last documented one was in 1981. An African American by the name of Michael McDonald was lynched in Mobile, Alabama. Let me see. Why was he lynched? Okay, something moved. Anyway, he didn't do anything that deserved being lynched. I will leave all links to everything that I talked about in the description below. But I want you to just take away from this. Don't you think it's kind of sad that after all these years, lynching has finally become illegal? Why is it when it comes to people of color, it's an afterthought? It just really pisses me off. There's no reason for this. I mean, I'm sure more lynchings go on in the US than we know, but I'm just really pissed off. It's just another thing we have to deal with as people of color. I wish I could do more. I don't think there is anything I can do. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much if you were here joining the stream. If you weren't, you can always go back and watch this later. I want to give a special shout out to Medicule Giovanni Flamingo for joining me today. If you like these kinds of videos, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I'm really trying to reach my goal of 9,000 followers by the end of this week and 10,000 by the end of March. I really think we can do it. And really quick side note, I'm looking on Twitter right now, and there has been a shooting in Milwaukee, and they said several people have passed away. My heart goes out to everyone that's passed away and their families. And as I always say, we need to do something about gun violence, but I feel like that's a moot point because no one cares about, as long as people are getting their money from the NRA, nothing will happen. I love you guys. Have a wonderful evening. Have a fantastic evening and stay blessed. Bye.